Hello Biafrans and lovers of freedom. A voice by Mike Arnold just echoed Nigeria's judiciary just sentenced Nnamdi Kanu to life in prison for words spoken abroad. Meanwhile, a Boko Haram leader convicted of mass murder received only 20 years. Life for words, 20 years for murder, this is the injustice we must confront. On November 20, 2025, Nigeria sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life in prison for words spoken abroad, after illegally kidnapping him from Kenya, ignoring a UN ruling demanding his release, and prosecuting him under a repealed anti-terror law. By contrast, on November 19, 2025, Boko Haram leader Hassani Ismail, convicted for mosque attacks and membership, received just 20 years. This case raises urgent questions. Why do words from London carry a heavier penalty than mass murder in Nigeria? What does this mean for dissidents, journalists, and whistleblowers across West Africa? How does this expose the symbiotic relationship between government and jihadist violence? Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader. Subscribe for diaspora resistance, justice advocacy, and cultural awakening. Be part of history, every voice matters. Watch as everyday Nigerians speak truth to power and rally behind the hashtag #FreeNamdiKanuNow movement. Now, let us listen and hear what Mike Arnold have to say on his letter dated November 20, 2025. Over to you, sir.
My name is Mike Arnold, presenting to you, Justice or Vengeance, the case of Nnamdi Kanu. On November 20, 2025, Nigeria sentenced a man to life in prison for words spoken from foreign soil, after illegally kidnapping him from Kenya, ignoring a UN ruling demanding his release, and prosecuting him under a law that no longer exists. By contrast, Hassani Ismail, a Boko Haram leader convicted November 19, 2025, for mosque attacks and membership was sentenced to 20 years. In Nigeria today, words from London carry a heavier penalty than mass murder. I do not defend the inflammatory language that became the pretext for this sham trial. But let's be honest, his real crime was boldly exposing the radical Islamic jihad consuming Nigeria, and the government's symbiotic relationship with it. That message, once controversial, is now undeniable. This case is not about Biafra or separation. Those are issues for another day. It is about whether any dissident, journalist, or whistleblower in West Africa is safe from abduction, torture, and indefinite detention without due process. It is further evidence of the brutal, lawless, totalitarian nature of this genocidal regime. These facts are not disputed. 1. Kanu was seized in Kenya in 2021, not extradited but illegally rendered. Kenyan High Court Justice Anthony Mrima, June 2025, the abduction and rendition of Mr. Kanu was a blatant violation of his fundamental rights. The UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, Opinion 25/2022, the deprivation of Mr. Kanu's liberty is arbitrary. The appropriate remedy is his immediate release. 2. The United States has never designated IPOB a terrorist organization. U.S. State Department, on record since 2017, we do not consider IPOB a terrorist organization. 3. He was charged under a repealed anti-terror law with no savings clause for pending cases. 4. The group he leads was declared terrorist in an ex parte proceeding, no defense was heard. Multiple Nigerian courts have ruled aspects of that designation unconstitutional. I have personally documented the bulldozing of IDP camps in Abuja, the systematic neglect that kills daily, and the theft of blood minerals that bankroll jihad. Silencing witnesses, whether with bulldozers or life sentences, does not erase genocide. It guarantees its spread. America once told the world that no nation can kidnap, disappear, and jail its critics while claiming to fight terrorism. Nigeria just did exactly that, and sentenced a man to life for exposing it. Silence now is not diplomacy. It is endorsement.
You've just heard a message that echoes the cries of the oppressed and the resolve of the free. At Biafra Battle Cry TV, we stand firm in amplifying voices that challenge tyranny and defend humanity. Stay vigilant, stay united, and never stop speaking truth to power. Until next time, keep the fire of freedom burning.